The hoops, again, as I said, Tony Fuentes, assistant Lakota person, man, brought this hoop into my life. And as I explained to the children, the circle is a circle of life, as we've all been taught. Even a lot of people who aren't indigenous, they learn from movies. And it really means that there's no beginning, there's no end. The sun rises, sets, and then rises again for us to do something great each day. I ask the kids as well, what kind of different things can they imagine with the hoop. And I tell them, when I feel as though it's okay, I let them know that this really, to me, is like my church. For them, it's a tube, it's a piece of plastic with tape around it, that's okay. No problem. It can be that. That's exactly what it is. It can be round and sideways, it can be straight. But to me, this is really like my church in the essence that it teaches me how to become a better human being. It tells me stories. And the hoop dance is a dance that a lot of different tribes will have their origin stories about. And it's been given to me in a lot of different ways. But one of the things I like is the story about the children down in the Southwest who were given the hoops to build dexterity, because some of those children had to go up into their homes that were cliff dwellings, and if they were being attacked by enemy or by animal, they couldn't get surrounded, but they'd have to climb in their homes, and there weren't always ladders there. So they would have to use dexterity, hand-eye coordination to climb up to safety, so the hoop was given to them. There's a lot of different stories. Again, as I say, some tribes will have dancers in their tribes today that will dance with up to 30 hoops, 40 hoops, and tell very beautiful stories with a lot of different things. I was taught that the most you can create with the least amount as possible is a really good tradition, as well as some tribes use the dance primarily for healing purposes, healing ceremonies. There's some dancers that will dance with the hoops, holding them all in their hands. I was told that since we're not the ones who created any of the living beings or any of the things here on earth, that we need to pick up the hoops off the ground with our feet, then our hands. And then just like for some who have Western education, we understand that there's mitosis and an entering into the earth by two human beings. Krebs cycle, if you're going to go into science again. And that's why there's a great deal of pride in being Native and having all of those things that Western science has taught us, and being very knowledgeable about all those things without those graphs and diagrams, but rather having it in our songs, our stories, and our dances. So again, for the children, I ask them that they not say anything, and that one of the most important things I ever learned in my life is that we have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and only 1 mouth. So it's more important throughout our life to watch and listen than it is to talk during this dance, but to watch and listen and see all the different things that they can imagine in the dance. And that when they go back to class, they can either write about it or talk about it, draw a picture about it. Of course, with music, I do a lot more spinning. And of course, we end with what's important to all of us.
Wow.
So that's a hoop dance.